The eyeball. That looks so dumb!
You are about to experience trash cinema.
Oh my god!
Trash taster. Trash taster.
Greetings everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Trash Taster, where one man's trash is another man's treasure, and this is where you get a sneak peek of what we're going to be doing on the podcast. My name is Johan, I'm the inflictor of pain, and this is my birthday victim?
Yeah.
It's his birthday soon. So
I got to select
you
the
got
movie.
You got to select the movie. So there's one I haven't seen before until today, although I have heard of it. The good thing is there's another video we did for Enigmatic TV looking at Child's Play.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we looked at Killer Doll movie. And so he suggested, oh, I remember a Killer Doll movie back when I was a kid. And that movie is Dolly Dearest.
Which, as you can see from the cover, that it's just a rip-off of Child's Play with a girl doll.
Indeed. It just happens, it's just gender swapped.
Yeah.
Although here's the thing that made me laugh. When you first told me Dolly Dearest, I thought it was some kind of weird Dolly Parton autobiography. And
Does sound like that.
Oh no, but this is a totally different kettle of fish. And so I'm intrigued because the doll looks quite terrifying.
Yeah.
And it stars Rip Torn. What a name. Love this guy. So, we got it on VHS, so this is going to be interesting. So we might as well go and plop this in.
Yeah.
And see what we think of it. So, for the meantime, we'll show you a couple of clips or anything like that, but we'll come back later to see our results. So, let's put this in, shall we? Okay, we're back, and we have just finished seeing Dolly Dearest. This goes back into the case. Okay, so that was
the nostalgia.
just put that back in there. Yeah.
Mind you, I have nostalgia about it. That's the first time you saw it.
First time I've seen it, but you know, what did give me slightly nostalgia is knowing the fact that this video is from Cinema Club. So we had a whole bunch of weird ass trailers beforehand that made no connection to this.
They are the distributing whores. They're just like, they'll put anything out. We don't care what it is.
We'll have a serious drama like The Shawshank Redemption, and then we'll have Andre, a dancing seal movie. But let's talk about the movie. So yeah, it's an interesting watch. I think the only way to break this down more is to go through our notes and go see how we can build this up on our trashometer.
Trashometer.
So, what do we have?
Right, let's have a look then. Evil squiggly light curse.
Yes, and it had like this really rubbish version of like the Evil Dead camera as it moved, but it didn't look. It looked like it was trying to crawl, but
Or
failed.
gallop.
So galloping, animated red lights.
So tribal devil child curse is what it is.
Yes.
Listen to me. I am not losing my daughter to a goddamn 900-year-old goat head.
It's such a quality line, actually.
Top notch, and she says it with a serious
And
face.
it's like this. I can imagine the mother actor. This is my moment. This is my big line. Like,
and she's
got to get it right.
So I'm saying it seriously to a nun.
Yeah.
That's a combo.
So we've got a giggly villain.
Giggly villains, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it kind of goes everywhere every
A
the
bit
doll
like
goes.
the leprechaun.
Yeah.
I'm the leprechaun. That kind of thing.
There's some silly moments like this that makes really kind of weird that it's just like, this is supposed to be an evil doll kind of thing because and like runs around and does that kind of stuff. So that's alright.
So, and we've got from the villain again, we've got smirks and one-liners. They're not that great, but the smirks are quite funny.
This is the thing. It's like it looks like a cocky smirk.
Yeah.
But like a kind of smirk where do you know when you're a kid and you do something
like,
quite bad. When you do something quite bad as a kid, and then
naughty.
a bit naughty, but then you blame it like on your older brother or your younger sister or something,
Yeah.
and then it goes like, say, why do you do that? And you're like, hee 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 hee.
And the one-liners that the dolls have are just basically things like surprise or are you ready to go in the mixer?
So it doesn't make sense, but fuck it. All right.
Well, it does make sense. It's quite literal at times.
It's not really a one-liner then, just like stating the obvious.
Right, what we got? So, death by electric water is one of the deaths.
Yes,
that was kind of a cool death.
That was kind of a cool death. Oh! What was that? Oh! But I did laugh when she fell into the water and then the doll froze in the light bulb.
Yeah.
The way she gets electrocuted in the water, it's like this.
Yeah, like a cartoon.
Yeah.
You almost expected to see her skeleton, like flash.
Yeah! Oh my god, it would have been brilliant with just like a husk afterwards. So yeah, it wasn't too bad.
So we've got a creepy possessed child, like an omen child.
Yes.
Omen-style possessed child.
Because this is what confuses me, right? So the doll is possessed by the evil demon, but semi-possesses the daughter, but also is her puppet. And it's really, it's a bit muddled, but there's some really creepy-ass omen-like moments.
Yeah, so what they've basically done is they've been influenced by Child's Play, where in Child's Play, Chucky psychologically influences the boy.
Yeah.
But in this, they thought, well, let's go a bit further. Let's actually have him possessing.
Yeah, and the daughter is a bitch.
What do you want?
Don't talk to me in that tone, young lady.
Yeah.
An absolute bitch. Some of the stuff she says, like, ooh, the sass coming out of this 6-year-old. What the hell? Oh, man. What's next?
Random Rip Torn. So you've got Rip Torn in there, just randomly.
Random Rip Torn. Now, Rip Torn's clearly the selling point of this movie, because he's on the flipping cover.
Yeah, and he's not the main character, so they obviously wanted to sell it via having... He's the only named actor in it, the only known person.
Really, really famous actor in it.
Yeah.
And what kind of funny is, I think we might have to put this extra on the list, is bad Mexican accent. Because I'm convinced he's trying to do a Mexican accent.
Look, I appreciate your fondness for exploration, but we'll both just have to wait to see what's inside the crypt.
Yeah, and they just gave him like dark hair and a dark beard. Hope that'll do.
That'll do. Give him a bit of a tan. He's now Mexican. That is kind of bad.
Yeah. So we've got a devil dog, a killer devil dog. That's like there's always a thing in sort of like curse type movies. There's like there's a because it's meant to be a sign, like a bad omen, isn't it? You see a devil dog. And but it just shows up randomly to try and make the scene cool.
And then we never see the devil dog again. And on top of that, it's like, again, I'm noticing this weird pattern in location. So you have the house, right? And then you have the house, which doesn't seem to be that far away from the factory. The doll factory is next to a fucking evil satanic tomb. And close to that tomb is clearly a graveyard. So whoever built this doll factory or this house clearly doesn't understand how curses work. Because don't build your house next to a graveyard or an evil tomb. What the hell? Bad geography, bad retailers.
Right, and the next one is death by sewing machine.
Yes.
The thing is, he doesn't actually die from the sewing machine, but the way it's done, it looks like he gets attacked, like he gets cut by a sewing machine and then he dies. So it's like,
and then falls over.
Yeah, so he actually gets a heart attack, but it just looks like the sewing machine has killed him.
And the thing is, with a heart attack, it's just like, the heart literally bulges out of his chest.
Yeah, like a cartoon again.
I'm thinking, what's happening here? Too much tequila.
And last but by no means least, tongue terror.
Yes, this comes out of nowhere. Like, it's only 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But it's the best 10 seconds of the movie. Because the kid, it's a kid, isn't it? It's a kid who's walking around.
Every 90s brother.
I hate this character, but he's walking around the factory, and he turns his head, and there's this doll head, and all the doll does is this.
Really long tongue comes out and just flaps
like a
around.
lizard tongue.
Yeah.
And then again, never brought up again. The dolls, none of the other dolls do this. Nothing else. Is just this random ass sequence of a tongue.
Yeah. There's lots of bits of like, there's lots of sections with like doll parts and stuff, creepy doll parts, and it was things like that that seemed to creep you out more than the actual doll alive.
Yeah.
Like, you were creeped out by all the doll bits in like with spooky lighting, and also when the doll was running around, but you didn't see much of it.
I hate
Little tiny hands.
tiny hands and tiny feet. Are really creepy in this movie. I don't know why, because you know I've seen the Child's Play movies. When Chucky's running around and grabbing things with his hand, I'm not creeped out by it that much. I thought I'd be like, oh, okay, Chucky's gonna get you, but I don't know what it is. With her, she's going, or with a tiny hand grabbing like a pair of scissors. I'm like, that is really creepy for some reason. It's
Yeah.
right.
So that's it. That's so
It's a short one, that list.
yeah, it is short, but I thought I'd keep it concise because sometimes we bring up loads of books, but they're not that essential.
No, but I think those are the key points. I
Yeah.
think this movie, what I think this movie is there's some good bits in it. And like I mentioned before, this movie's a bit of everything. It's a possessed child movie. It's a killer doll movie. It's a satanic curse movie. It's also just random bits of like a really bad like 90s family drama and all this stuff best together and Rip Torn. So
Yeah.
it's where do you think we should put this on the trashometer?
My thoughts are swaying towards maybe tiny bit trashy because it's not perfect. Because if it was perfect, it'd be trash, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Bang in the middle, and it's not perfect because it's setting up a lot of cool things that could be brilliant.
Yes.
But it's not pushing them far enough to be trash or too trashy or whatever. It's kind of like it's not pushing it far enough.
Yeah, I think if it decides...
But at the same time, it's got enough going on for it to be higher than tame, I think.
Yeah, it's higher than tame.
Yeah.
Even though, I'll admit, there's sometimes looking at it, I'm a little bored here, I want to know what's happening here. Then there's some bits which they go full force with one thing, but then they don't go enough for in the rest of the movie. Like, if this is supposed to be a killer doll movie, just go 100% killer doll movie. If it's a possessed child movie, go 100% possessed child movie. If it's a satanic cult movie, full-blown satanic cult movie should be it. But it's like here's like 40% possessed child movie, about 50% this and 10% that, and it's not enough. So if it pushed one of it, could have been proper trashy, but I think a little bit tiny bit trashy is, I think, right on the point.
Because we want it to be sort of sitting around, say, 30% trash or something like that, which would be about tiny
bit trashy.
Yeah.
So I think, it's a tiny bit trashy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give... I'm not saying this movie is bad in terms of, like, it's not enjoyable. It has enjoyable moments. But I think if they went full hog with one of the bajillion things it's trying to do, it would have been... I think it would have been a really awesome movie.
I mean, I like there's bits in it I think aren't trashy at all, and it's actually well done. Like, I like the spooky, the atmosphere, and the way it's shot is kind of really cool. And I love the creepy playhouse that looks like a dollhouse.
Ah, that's creepy.
And that stuff is all there, and that's great that they put that in there. I love all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's shot well as well. Like, there's some really genuinely well-shot sequences.
Yeah.
But then again, there's some weird decisions that kind of put it off a bit, like, you know, Rip Torn doing a bad Mexican accent, or the fact that the killer doll doesn't really kill a lot of people as much as you'd think from a killer doll movie.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, oh, okay, you know, and there's some characters I wish had properly axed off, but they wouldn't because one of them is a child. But, yeah.
I mean, so you can always, a good sign of a movie that's shot well is if it's not distracting. So at any point you don't think, oh, what happened there with the camera, or like what happened there with production design? Like, the sets look good and it's shot well. Yeah. And that's not distracting.
It looks like there's some genuine effort into it, right? It's just, I don't think they didn't push it enough to be like proper trashy, or it didn't look cheap enough to be trashy either.
No.
Even though like the doll faces, some of them did make me giggle. So, So yeah, that is it. So what we'll do now, we're going to have the full-blown discussion now. We're going to record that, and that will be up pretty soon. So if you want to if you haven't subscribed to the podcast yet, it's the Trash Tapes, and you can find that on Spotify, you can find it on iTunes, you can find it on Acast, you can find it on Buzzsprout, you can find it pretty much anywhere podcasts exist now.
Yeah.
So go and have a listen, share it around, see what you like. And if you like this video, please don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and even if you want to follow us what we're doing, press the notification bell. That actually gives you a message when the next video is up, so if you like any else of our content.
Yeah.
So yeah, so in other words, just keep an eye on your dolls this time. They might be trying to kill you with a knife. So see you guys later.
See you guys.
Trash